Hi, I'm Cassie from BBC Good Food and this is Cooking for One. Today I'm going to be making a really easy chowder using a couple of ingredients that you might have in the fridge or in the cupboards. So I've got some frozen sweet corn that I fished out of the freezer, some leftover shredded roast chicken, but you could use prawns if that's what you've got, some milk, a lemon, some celery, an onion, a stock cube, and some potatoes that I've just diced quite finely and boiled until they're just nice and soft. And lastly, we'll need some flour. So as this is a meal for one, we only need about half a celery stick, which I'm just going to half down the middle and then dice. And then about half an onion. Again, just quite finely diced. And you can use up whatever you've got in your fridge for this recipe. If you don't have celery, don't worry about it. If you've got a leek that needs using up, then some leek in there would be really nice. You could put some garlic in if you like garlic. It's really up to you. Just play around with what you've got in the fridge. Okay, so I'm just gonna sweat down this onion and celery in a little bit of oil. Okay, so heat your pan to a nice medium heat. You just want a splash of oil in there, and we go in with the celery and the onion. Now just cook that for a couple of minutes until it's nice and soft. Okay, so our onion and celery looks nice and soft now. It's just starting to turn a little bit golden. So we're going to go in with some flour. And I've just got about a tablespoon there. And just stir that in. And this is going to thicken the soup and make it lovely and creamy. So cook that out for a couple of seconds, and then we're going to add some milk to make a nice creamy soup. Okay, so our celery and onions are nice and soft, and the flour's been cooking out for a couple of minutes. Now I'm just going to go in with some milk. And you're going to make a bit like a white sauce here. So the flour in the pan will help to thicken the milk and give you a nice, rich, thick soup. And just keep stirring it in bit by bit and allowing the sauce to thicken slightly as you add it. So a splash more. Keep it over a low heat. And just keep going until you get the consistency you're after. It should be a little bit like double cream. Okay, so cook that out for a couple more minutes, and then we're going to go in with the next ingredients. Okay, so our soup's thickened up a little bit there. We're ready to add in the rest of the ingredients. So I've got about half a chicken stock cube, which I'm just going to crumble in. Let that melt in. And then I'm using some shredded chicken, but you could put some prawns in there, or some nice smoked fish would be really good if you've got some salmon. Chowder is traditionally a seafood dish, so use any seafood you've got. And then I've got some frozen sweet corn. Chuck that in. And some potatoes. I've just got one potato that I diced up and parboiled, so it's nice and soft. And that's going to help to thicken the soup as well. So you may find that once this is all cooked together for a little while, you just want to add another splash of milk or some water just to thin it down a little bit. Just going to let that bubble all together for a couple more minutes. Make sure the potatoes are nicely cooked through and the sweet corn's defrosted, and we want to heat the chicken through. And then we're going to be ready to serve. Okay, so our soup is lovely and creamy now. It's a really nice consistency. So I'm just going to add in some of that lemon zest and parsley. And you could add some nice black pepper to it if you wanted to as well. And play around with the ingredients you've got in your cupboard. If you don't have milk, you could just use stock with a splash of cream at the end. Or you could use dairy-free milks as well. If you've got oat milk or some almond milk in the cupboard, that would be really nice. Okay, so that looks great. I'm just going to pop it into my bowl. And there you have a really lovely hearty dinner for one, using just what we found in the fridge and the cupboard. Super easy and adaptable. Hope you enjoy it.